So today, going to talk about planning first bikepacking trip, everything from the route that you might want to take through to how long you want to spend out, and therefore the kind of gear that you need to take with you along the way. Look at maybe some of the tools that you can use to plan that first trip. So the bike that I've got next to me is probably set up for most kind of trips that you're wanting to do, other than crazy long stuff. So we've actually got a tent in here, small tent, sleeping mat, there's sleeping bag and camping stove in the front, and in the frame bag there'll be more than enough for your food and other things that you need to bring. It's one of the things that's worth considering while you're planning your bikepacking trip is what you want to bring, and there's always the balance between having enough to be comfortable, but the more that you take, the heavier the bike, the harder work it is, and generally the less fun it is as well. So it's always worth just making sure that you definitely are going to need what you choose to bring with you. So I think first thing that's worth talking about, some of the tools that you can use to actually plan your trip. You'll hopefully have a reasonable idea of the area that you want to go and visit. I use a few different apps and other things to plan my trip. Commute is a really good one, but there are others out there that essentially do the same thing. Good old-fashioned paper maps are really useful, and then actually just websites, go researching what other people have done, Google the kind of area that you're looking at riding, and see what options there are out there as well. So this is one of the apps that you might want to use to plan your route, Commute. One of the nice things is it will suggest a route for you between two places, so it takes out some of the planning process. So let's say you wanted to ride from Paris to Nice. It will suggest that route for you, and generally it will try and pick the nicer roads. One of the things that's worth bearing in mind while you're going through that planning process is you can see that the route it's suggesting here is about 900 kilometres long. If you typically are comfortable riding 100 kilometres a day, then you will probably be able to do that while you're bikepacking, but all the extra weight that you're carrying does tend to mean that, particularly as the days drag on, then you get more tired. And if you don't want it to be an absolute sufferfest, then it's worth building in just a little bit of contingency time as well. One of the really nice things about bikepacking is that you've got some more flexibility. You've got all day to be able to do that. One thing that is worth bearing in mind is trying to work through roughly where you think you're going to want to stop each night. It's more important if you're planning on booking hostels or hotels, because you need to make sure that you can get there in time. One of the good things about the flexibility of bivvying or camping is that you can not necessarily stop anywhere at all, but it does allow you to pick and choose a little bit more on the way, and you can make some changes. So that was a super short video just talking about how you might start planning a bikepacking trip. Next video that we do will be looking at some of the kit that you probably want to bring and where you can pack that on the bike.